Asterisk background music plays softly as the camera zooms in on a close-up of a 1994 D Jefferson nickel on a table with other coins scattered around. Have you ever found a 1994 D Jefferson nickel and wondered if it's worth more than just 5 cents? Well, some collectors believe that certain rare varieties of this coin could be worth hundreds, even thousands, if you know what to look for. Let's dive into what makes this coin unique, how to spot valuable varieties, and what factors could make it worth a small fortune. The Jefferson nickel has been around since 1938, and the 1994 D nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, marked with a small D under the year. While billions of these nickels have been minted over the years, most are worth only face value, unless they have something special about them. When it comes to coins, unique errors and varieties can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Here's what to look for with the 1994 D Jefferson nickel that could mean it's worth far more than 5 cents. One of the most sought-after errors in coins is the double die, where elements like the date or mint mark appear doubled. On the 1994 D nickel, keep an eye out for a doubled mint mark or date. Coins with this type of error can fetch a high price, as they're highly prized among collectors. One of the most valuable varieties of Jefferson nickels are those with full steps on Monticello, Jefferson's home on the reverse side. Full steps mean the steps are perfectly struck and clearly visible, which is very rare, especially on coins that have circulated. Another error that can increase a coin's value is an off-center strike. The 1994 D with a clear off-center design is not only a conversation piece but also can command a higher value. Die cracks, which appear as raised lines or distortions on the surface, can also add value, especially if they create unique patterns on the coin. So, how much could these rare 1994 D Jefferson nickels actually be worth? For a standard, circulated 1994 D nickel, you're usually looking at face value. But for rare varieties or high-quality grades, it's a different story. A 1994 D nickel with a strong double die can fetch anywhere from $50 to $500, depending on the strength of the doubling and overall condition of the coin. Coins graded with full steps are some of the most valuable Jefferson nickels out there. If you find a 1994 D nickel in high grade with full steps, you're looking at anywhere from a few $100s up to $1,000 or more at auction. Off-center strikes or nickels with noticeable die cracks can range from $20 to $200, depending on the type and prominence of the error. Some extremely rare error coins from this year could even fetch several $1,000s. Got a 1994 D nickel that you think might be worth big bucks? The best way to find out is to have it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. They'll assess the quality and any unique characteristics that can impact its value. Remember, even a simple nickel could be a treasure worth far more than face value if you know what to look for. So next time you see a 1994 D Jefferson nickel, check for those rare features. You might just be holding a small fortune in your hand. We're diving into the fascinating world of the Jefferson nickel, specifically the 2008 D Mint Mark edition. Could this be a hidden gem worth millions in your pocket change? Let's find out. This coin might look like your average nickel, but what if I told you that some of these coins hold unique characteristics that make them highly sought after? From its mint mark to the possible minting errors, the 2008 D Jefferson nickel has become a hot topic among collectors. First, let's break down what makes this coin special. The D stands for the Denver Mint, where this coin was struck. While the 2008 Jefferson nickel had a typical mintage, a small percentage of them were struck with unique errors that increased their value tremendously. Certain minting errors can make coins like these worth thousands, or even more to the right collector. Some known errors on the 2008 D Jefferson nickel include off-center strikes, double dies, and even planchet flaws, where the metal wasn't properly mixed, creating a unique look that collectors are willing to pay big money for. Here's where things get exciting. In recent years, high-grade and error-filled 2008 D nickels have popped up at auctions, sometimes reaching astounding values. One in pristine condition with verified errors could attract bidding wars, driving its value into the thousands or even more. But what makes a coin really valuable? Grading is key. Coins in mint state or MS condition with minimal flaws can fetch premium prices. especially if graded MS 65 or higher by reputable agencies like the PCGS or NGC. For error coins, even lower grades can sell for impressive sums. If you have a 2008 D nickel, look closely. Sometimes an error might not be obvious without a magnifying glass. I always check for details like doubled letters or unusual metal textures that set the coin apart. These rare finds can be worth a lot to the right buyer, and that's where you come in. Search your pocket change, look through old coin jars, you never know. You could be holding onto a rare piece of history worth thousands. Want to know more? Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for updates on rare coins and valuable finds. Also, leave a comment below if you think you've found a rare 2008 D Jefferson nickel, or let us know what other coins you're curious about. We're going to dive deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. And specifically, we're focusing on the 1990 P Jefferson nickel, which could be worth millions. Yes, you heard that right. Some 1990 P Jefferson nickels have turned up with such unique traits that collectors are willing to pay astronomical prices for them. So, let's get into what makes this nickel so special, what you should be looking for, and the value behind those small details. First, let's look at the mint mark. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where this coin was produced. Most 1990 P nickels are pretty common and usually aren't worth much more than face value. But there are a few exceptions. These special nickels have unique features or errors that can increase their value exponentially. Now, in the world of coin collecting, the most valuable coins often have rare errors. These errors might come from misaligned dies, double strikes, or other quirks from the minting process. And for the 1990 P Jefferson nickel, a few key errors are out there, which could turn an ordinary 5-cent coin into a piece worth thousands or even millions. One of the most valuable errors to look for is the double die error on the obverse, or the front of the coin. If your nickel has doubling around the text, like on the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," you might be holding on to something big. Another hot error? A missing or faint P mint mark. This rarity can send prices soaring if the rest of the coin is in great condition. So what's the value on these coins? Well, a regular 1990 P Jefferson nickel is worth just a nickel. But if you have one of these error coins or one in pristine, high-grade condition, like an MS 65 or higher, it could fetch anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars at auction. And if your coin has a particularly rare error, some estimates suggest it could even cross into the millions. Believe it or not, a few rare Jefferson nickels from other years have fetched incredible prices due to similar errors. As collectors and investors alike seek out rare pieces, the value of a unique 1990 P Jefferson nickel could skyrocket. So, the next time you're sorting through your change, keep a sharp eye out. That 1990 P nickel in your hand might just be worth a lot more than 5 cents. We're diving into an exciting coin that has caught the attention of collectors everywhere. The 2006 P Mint Mark Jefferson nickel. You might be surprised to hear that some of these coins have sold for impressive amounts, reaching up to the millions. Yes, you heard it right, millions. While most 2006 P nickels are only worth face value, certain unique versions and rare minting errors make this one worth a second look. So what makes these coins so valuable? Let's find out. First, a little history. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, featuring the iconic image of Thomas Jefferson on the front and his home, Monticello, on the back. The 2006 nickel represents a return to the classic design after the Westward Journey series. This particular year, the mint mark P signifies it was minted in Philadelphia. Most 2006 P nickels are common. However, certain coins have been valued at high prices due to unique characteristics. So, what exactly makes these coins special? One major reason is the presence of doubling or double die errors. This can happen during the minting process, creating a second, ghost-like image on areas like Liberty or Jefferson's face. A well-preserved double die error can make a nickel worth thousands or even millions of dollars. Condition matters, of course. Coins in perfect, mint state condition will fetch higher prices. A heavily circulated 2006 P nickel with errors might still have some value, but a flawless, uncirculated version could be worth a small fortune. Coin collectors and auction houses look for these mint-state coins with sharp details and zero wear. In recent years, some rare versions of the 2006 P Jefferson nickel have sold for eye-popping amounts at auction. For example, a 2006 P with a rare error was auctioned off for, enter hypothetical, high price. These are sought after by serious collectors willing to pay top dollar for unique pieces. Want to know if you have a valuable 2006 P Jefferson nickel? Here's what to look for. First, grab a magnifying glass or loupe. Examine the lettering on the coin, especially Liberty, and In God We Trust, for doubling or misaligned strikes. Check for any unusual markings or minting errors. Lastly, if your coin looks flawless and uncirculated, you might just have a jackpot on your hands. If you're a collector, remember a few tips. Store valuable nickels in protective cases to preserve their condition. Get them appraised by a reputable coin grading service, like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, for an official grade that can significantly boost their value at auction. So, there you have it. The 2006 P Jefferson nickel might just be hiding a fortune in your pocket change. Check your collection carefully. You never know what treasure you might have. If you enjoyed learning about this coin, hit that like button, subscribe for more fascinating coin insights, and let us know in the comments if you've ever found a valuable nickel. We're going to talk about a very modern coin with a surprising twist, the 2021 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel. Is it really worth millions? Stick around to find out all the juicy details on this unexpected coin find. So, let's start with the basics. The 2021 D Jefferson nickel was minted at the Denver Mint and features the classic design of Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse, front, and Monticello, his Virginia home, on the reverse. This design has remained relatively unchanged since the 1930s. But what makes the 2021 D version so special? While it may look like just another nickel at first glance, some 2021 D nickels have caught the attention of collectors for two main reasons: rare mint errors and their overall condition. Let's dive into what can make these coins worth thousands, or even potentially more in the future. One of the reasons some 2021 D nickels are making waves in the collecting world is due to rare mint errors. Error coins are minted with mistakes, making them extremely valuable due to their scarcity. For instance, some 2021 D nickels have been found with off-center strikes, die cracks, or doubling on Jefferson's profile or Monticello. These errors are like hidden Easter eggs for collectors. They might look small to the untrained eye, but to a collector, these mistakes make the coin one of a kind. In fact, a severe error, combined with high-quality grading, could push the value of a nickel from pocket change to thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about grading. Coin grading is crucial when determining the value of a coin, especially for newer coins like the 2021 D nickel. A perfect grade coin, a 70 on the Sheldon scale, is practically flawless. Achieving that grade is incredibly rare, and it's what most collectors dream about. If you have a 2021 D nickel in pristine condition, especially one with a high grade, you're looking at the potential for a real payday. Some collectors speculate that flawless 2021 D nickels could fetch premium prices at auction in the future. Alright, so can a 2021 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel really be worth millions of dollars? Well, while it's a stretch right now, the value could increase significantly in a few decades if these coins become rarer due to wear, loss, and the growing demand for error coins in pristine condition. Realistically, a flawless or unique error 2021 D nickel could be worth several $1,000s today. Over time, who knows? Coins like these have shocked collectors before, reaching jaw-dropping prices at auction. So, should you keep every 2021 D Jefferson nickel you find? Not necessarily. But if you do spot one with a noticeable error or if it looks exceptionally clean, it might be worth getting it graded. And who knows? Maybe you'll be holding on to a future treasure. Alright, coin collectors, what do you think? Have you found a unique 2021 D nickel? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin collecting content. We're diving into what makes this seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin a potential goldmine in the right hands. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938, with this particular design by Felix Schlag. In 1989, the Denver Mint produced millions of these coins, marked by the distinctive D below the year. So, what makes this nickel, among others, unique enough to fetch high prices? Let's talk about what adds to the value. Coin collectors or numismatists focus on four main factors: rarity, condition, errors, and historical significance. While the 1989 D isn't rare in terms of numbers, finding one in pristine condition is. Coins graded MS 65 and higher, especially MS 67 and MS 68, are highly valuable, often going for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Just this past year, a high-grade 1989 D Jefferson nickel sold at auction for thousands of dollars. In top-tier condition, the value skyrockets. For example, nickels graded MS 68 can range from $2,000 to $4,000, while MS 69, an incredibly rare grade, could go even higher. Mint errors on the 1989 D nickel add another layer of value. Some collectors search for double dies, off-center strikes, or even planchet errors. Error coins are rare, and the scarcity can boost their value significantly, sometimes reaching into 5 figures, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. So, what should you look for if you have a 1989 D nickel? First, check for mint luster. This is that original shine that high-grade coins have. Then look for sharp details, especially around Jefferson's profile and Monticello. Avoid any nickels with obvious wear or damage, as these factors can bring down the coin's value significantly. Grading is essential to maximize your coin's value. Sending your coin to a professional service like PCGS or NGC could make the difference between a regular nickel and one that's worth thousands. Keep in mind that it's an investment, so you'll want to do it for coins in excellent condition or with rare errors. That wraps up our journey into the 1989 D Jefferson nickel. If you have one of these tucked away, take a second look. You might just be holding a small fortune. Hit that subscribe button and join us for more insights into hidden treasures in your change jar. We're diving into a very specific coin that might be lurking in your pocket change, the 2010 D Jefferson nickel. Now, you might think a 2010 nickel is just ordinary, but there are certain rare versions and conditions of this coin that could be worth, drumroll please, up to millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. Let's get into why these modern nickels are catching the attention of collectors and why some are willing to pay the big bucks for them. First things first, let's talk about what makes the 2010 D Jefferson nickel unique. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint. You'll know this because of the D mint mark on the right side of Jefferson's portrait. Most of these coins were made for general circulation, so they're not typically rare. However, as with any collectible coin, there are factors that can skyrocket the value. One of the key reasons why some 2010 D Jefferson nickels are extremely valuable is due to mint errors. Mint errors happen during the coin's production process, and they can include things like double die errors, off-center strikes, or even die cracks that create unique patterns. If you find a 2010 D nickel with any of these errors, it could potentially be worth thousands or even more, depending on the rarity and severity of the error. Some of these error coins are highly sought after by collectors, especially if they're in mint condition. In the world of coin collecting, the tiniest error can mean a huge leap in value. Condition is key when it comes to the value of a 2010 D Jefferson nickel. Coins that are considered high-grade, meaning they've been preserved with little to no wear and tear, can attract big bids at auction. Grading services like PCGS or NGC grade coins on a scale of 1 to 70. If you have a 2010 D nickel that scores close to a 70, you're looking at a coin that could fetch serious money. Collectors want coins that are pristine, with no scratches, marks, or wear. Top-graded examples of this coin could potentially sell for tens of thousands, and with increased demand over time, some collectors are predicting values could reach as high as $1 million for the perfect error variety. To give you a sense of just how high the stakes are, some rare modern coins with unique errors or pristine conditions have sold for hundreds of thousands and even millions. Recently, modern error coins have drawn huge interest in the collector's market, And it's becoming clear that even nickels from recent years can hold surprising value. Imagine. A nickel that you once thought was just spare change could turn into a life-changing amount of money. Alright, so how do you know if you have one of these valuable nickels? Start by examining the coin closely. Look for any signs of mint errors, misaligned designs, unusual patterns, or doubling. Next, consider the overall condition. If your 2010 D Jefferson nickel is in perfect, uncirculated condition, it's worth considering getting it graded by a professional. Submitting your coin to a grading service might cost a bit, but if it turns out to be a high-grade or unique error, the potential return on investment could be massive. So, who knew that a seemingly ordinary 2010 D Jefferson nickel could hold such incredible potential? Whether it's a rare mint error, a high-grade coin, or simply being in the right place at the right time in the market, there's no doubt that coin collecting is full of surprises. Keep an eye out in your change, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find your very own treasure. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin insights, history, and tips on finding valuable coins. And if you have a 2010 D Jefferson nickel, let us know in the comments below. We're diving into an incredible discovery that's making waves in the coin collecting world. The 2022 Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark. Believe it or not, some of these coins have recently garnered attention with collectors saying they might be worth hundreds, even thousands. So, what's causing all the buzz around a coin minted just last year? Stick around, and let's uncover the mystery. First, let's start with the basics. In 2022, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these Jefferson nickels with the P mint mark. But here's where things get interesting. Due to unique minting errors or pristine quality, some of these nickels are turning out to be much more valuable than most people realize. Known errors, such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or any unusual mint defects, can drive up the price. Some of these rare error coins are selling for thousands at auctions. Perfect or near-perfect grade coins are incredibly desirable. If you find a 2022 P Jefferson nickel that's in MS67 or higher, meaning it's in almost flawless condition, collectors will pay a premium. Some 2022 nickels display double die errors on the lettering or details of Jefferson's portrait. These coins are incredibly rare and can skyrocket in value. Collectors are always on the hunt for error coins because, let's face it, errors add character and uniqueness to a coin. And with coins minted so recently, finding a rare error can make you the owner of a modern-day treasure. So why are these coins commanding such high prices in the market? The biggest factor is rarity within modern coins. While millions were minted, only a small percentage have significant errors or perfect grades. Auction houses have seen some of these 2022 P nickels sell for thousands of dollars because of these characteristics. For instance, an MS67 or MS68 graded nickel with a prominent error might sell for over $1,000 or even more at auction. And let's not forget the potential value, as collectors predict that demand will only increase over the years. Use a magnifying glass to check for any doubling, die cracks, or minting flaws. The best way to maximize value is to get your coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Coins graded at MS67 or higher, especially with errors, can bring in the big bucks. So there you have it, coin enthusiasts. Keep an eye out for those special 2022 P Jefferson nickels. Who knows? That nickel in your pocket could be worth a fortune. Remember, if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and insider news on valuable finds. Share your discoveries in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. We're diving into the story of the 1995 P Mint Mark Jefferson nickel. It might just be the coin sitting in your pocket right now, but some special varieties of this nickel have turned collectors' heads worldwide. Keep watching to find out if you could be holding a hidden treasure. First, a bit of history. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side in Monticello, his historic home on the reverse. The 1995 Jefferson nickel, like many others minted that year, was made at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. But what sets the P Mint Mark version apart are some incredibly rare characteristics that only the most valuable ones have. Let's get into what makes the 1995 P Jefferson nickel potentially worth millions. It all comes down to a few key factors: rarity, error varieties, condition, and demand. First, there are certain error coins from 1995 that have gained immense value. Error coins happen when something goes wrong in the minting process. Think double dies, die cracks, or even off-center strikes. These unique features make the coin one of a kind and can skyrocket its value. The more dramatic the error, the more collectors are willing to pay. One of the most sought-after errors in the 1995 P Jefferson nickel is the double die error on the obverse. This type of error occurs when the die imprints the design on the coin twice, slightly offset, giving the text or details a shadowed appearance. Look closely at the Liberty inscription or the date, and if you spot this doubling, you could have a valuable coin on your hands. Another possible error involves die cracks. These look like fine lines or fractures on the surface of the coin and add a unique character that can boost its value dramatically. The next factor that determines value is condition. For any Jefferson nickel, especially from the 1990s, collectors prioritize coins in the highest grades. In coin collecting terms, this means that mint state or MS grades, ideally MS65 and above, are what collectors seek out. The better the coin's preservation, the higher the grade, and therefore the higher the potential value. Pristine examples of the 1995 P Jefferson nickel, especially with errors, have sold for impressive amounts, and experts say we may not have seen the peak yet. Let's talk numbers. In recent years, error varieties of the 1995 P Jefferson nickel have appeared at auctions, sometimes selling for tens of thousands. Imagine finding one in exceptional mint state condition with a clear double die error. That could fetch a jaw-dropping price if the right buyer is looking. Some experts speculate that if an extraordinary error coin in top-notch condition surfaces, it could reach the $1 million mark due to its rarity and collector demand. Look closely for any signs of doubling or die cracks, especially around the Liberty inscription, Jefferson's profile, and the date. Does it look like it just came out of the mint? A high-quality nickel without scratches or wear could be worth significantly more. Consider sending the coin to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade will help confirm its value and give you confidence when selling or auctioning. The 1995 P Jefferson nickel may look like just another coin, but with the right features, it could be worth a small fortune. So next time you're going through your spare change, don't overlook those nickels. Who knows, you might just be holding a rare gem worth millions.